All right, here we are. This is Black Hawk, and it is all casinos all around here. Is what it looks like. I guess Central City's up this way somewhere, and that might be a little less casino-y, but I think it's pretty much the same. Either way, really cool that this is just out here right in the middle of the mountains. That guy was really cool. That guy I was just talking to, his name's Ross, which is my name as well. So that was funny to realize about 30 minutes into our conversation. He said, "Oh, my name's Ross." "What?" "My name's Ross." All right, well, I don't know what I'm doing around here, but he said the wild card has food, so I'll go get something to eat and take a look around. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep in find a place to sleep in my tent around here, because it is just, sheer cliffs. But I'll take a look around, see if that's a possibility, and if it isn't, then I'll have to look at hotels. But anything over like $100 I'm not paying for, and this looks like it's going to be more, so we'll see how that goes. $11, $10 for the food, $1 for the beer. That's pretty damn good, I'd say. I suppose we're right around here, probably. Alright, I'm gonna try and do a little bit of busking here. Got this little alcove right on the corner in the middle of the busy part, looks like. So yeah, start playing, see if anything happens. You can see part of that set that I played on my second channel, Robo Hobo. Alright, well, that was a pretty successful little set. I played a few originals, I played a few covers. I didn't really sit out there that long because I don't have good stamina. But I made $11, which is not nothing. That definitely covers the lunch that I had earlier. So, you can look at it like that. Or you could look at it like that's $11 that I could spend at the casino. Not sure not sure I'm gonna do that. I did spend a couple bucks at the slot machine that they had at the bar over there, just to see what it was like. But I didn't win anything, so oh well. It's a cool place. Definitely a cool place. I got a tip from a local on where I might be able to set up a tent, so I'm gonna head on down there. And he said they do patrol the area, but if you can sneak past them, then there's a good spot back there. So I guess out here on the south side of town is kind of where the big ones are, big casinos. Look at that tower they built there. It's right on the side of a hill. That's pretty cool. And I thought there was a lot of casinos up at that other part of town, but the ones down here are just bigger. That kind of keeps going too. I mean, I'm just looking around going like, where exactly could I even sleep? Even assuming these casinos weren't here. Like, maybe behind that rock over there might be flat enough. But there's not a whole lot of flat ground around. Apparently, I think my directions were to go past all this stuff and then turn left and cross the highway in. And I think that's a place. It looks like there's something there on the map, so I'll take a look at it. Either way, it's probably best to be outside of the main city anyway. I think that's it right there. And this should go up a little bit too. Now the hard part is getting over there. I think I'm going to have to go all the way out that way and then cross and then come back over, which there's really no way to do that discreetly. I can just wait until after dark, I think, which should be in the next like 30-45 minutes here. I actually found this bridge right here. As far as I can tell, it doesn't have anybody under it right now, except for me. So I guess I'll sit here for a minute, see what happens, and maybe I can just sleep right here. One sleep later. Alright. It's not the best night's sleep I've ever had. It's pretty loud over here, and that screen right there was going all night. And it's very bright. But despite that, I think I slept okay. So now it is time to get my stuff put together and get up there, and I don't know. I think I'll probably try and get out today. There's not that much to see around here once you've seen the casinos, and it's like, you know, I'm not a big gambler, so I'm not gonna do anything like that. I might try and busk another little bit, but we'll see. And then I gotta figure out how to get from here to Nederland. Somebody I got a ride from along the way said Nederland, and that's why I've been saying Nederland, but then the guy I got a ride from Golden to here said Netherlands, so I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I'm going there. Alright, I'm down here at the Black Hawk Bean and Cream, and I got some biscuits and gravy with an egg, and it's very delicious. Honestly, very good. The problem is it's a little expensive, which is why I just got this. It's like the cheapest thing on the menu that still seemed like food and not just a snack. But it is delicious, so I can tell you that much. All right, here's where I'm at. Just a little bit north of Black Hawk. I see a bunch of cars down that way, but there's nothing here. I was a little worried that, like, you know, if I go down there to try to hitchhike, I won't know when someone's stopping to pick me up or stopping just to park, and I assume there's like a trail around here somewhere. But I think at this lot right here, it should be pretty obvious. All my batteries are pretty low right now, so I'm going to try and conserve that, and probably just practice my ukulele a bit. There is that cafe I was at had some power. I just didn't want to sit there all day. I could do that if I need to, but I didn't want to right now. So yeah, time to make a sign and try and get out of here. Not my best work there. I should have found a longer piece of cardboard. Turns out Nederland is a pretty long word. Alright, so developments. I was not sitting there very long when suddenly somebody stopped, and they picked me up, and we got to talking. It turns out they're a musician, and they were going over to a hootenanny in I forget what this place is called, but it's a very, very small town, even a little further north of Nederland. So he said he would drop me off in Nederland, and I was like, well, hey, maybe I'll come out to this thing with you. So here I am. That's a genuine log cabin right there, bark and all. I don't want to film too much of these people's home, really, but yeah, we're out here in the mountains. Well, they wouldn't call them mountains around here, but out here in the foothills. Very interesting place. Well, that hootenanny was a hoot. Unfortunately, last night I had a bad headache, and I was getting a lot of social anxiety because there's just a ton of people and I don't know any of them. So I got in my head a little bit. I had to go to bed early. But I woke up this morning, and they're having a jam session in the house. So I joined in with them, and I got to play a couple of my songs, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it. So that was awesome. And I got some practice in, and I'm feeling pretty inspired being around all these musicians. It's pretty awesome. It's you know, it's one of the things I was wanting to do more of You know, after I left Wichita, I decided I wanted to do more music and actually practice more and try and get better, because you know, I still play kind of like a caveman, you know, just kind of chopping chords and stuff, but yeah, I think this was a good experience.
Sorry for the cracks in the windshield.
Oh, that's alright. I am wondering now what I should do. Should I go back to Boulder and then go back to Denver and take the bus from there to Idaho Springs? Or I could try and just hitchhike back over to Blackhawk, because it's really not that far. And every time I've tried to hitchhike, well, the one time I tried to hitchhike up in these mountains so far, I got a ride immediately, which is a good sign. But then again, getting to Blackhawk is not necessarily easier than getting to Idaho Springs or something like that. My words are just not so good today. I apologize. But either way, I think I'm going to spend the night here and probably keep checking stuff out in the morning, stuff like that. But I still got to make this decision. Am I going back to Central City or am I going to Boulder? Alright, well that right there is the bus that goes down to Boulder. It actually runs like pretty late into the night. I was looking at it, so no real issue getting that bus. It should be available whenever I'm ready to go. After some thinking, I decided to head up to the campground that was south of town and maybe go up to Blackhawk in the morning. It's pretty, it's a good hike. I think I'm almost there, sort of, but still further than I'd like. There's quite a few hairpin turns, switchbacks, whatever you want to call them, on the way up here. More than I thought I remembered seeing on the map, but we're getting there. I just need to take a couple breaks along the way. Yeah, so I don't know what it is about today, but I was just like being really indecisive in town. I got my phone charged a little bit at the library, then I came back and like had some food, and I was just kind of sitting there like watching YouTube videos, but the whole time I was like, no, I need to actually do something today, because I don't think I can actually just, you know, bum around in this town. It's kind of just not big enough, and there's not enough space in the like on the outskirts and stuff. So the best plan of action from here, I think, is to hike up to the campground and set up my tent there and rest for the night, and then in the morning come out to the highway and just hitchhike, just raw. I looked for cardboard to see if I could make a sign, but I didn't see any, so I'm just gonna go raw, stick a thumb out, see where it gets me. There's really the only thing you're gonna get to on this road is Blackhawk, I think. I mean, there might be some other little towns and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of just little nooks and crannies around here. But the main highway there does lead straight to Blackhawk, so. Okay, this should be the turnoff to the trail where there is camping somewhere. Yeah. Did I ever mention the air is kind of thin up here? So you really have to huff and puff. Okay. I think it's that sign up there. Oh god. Oh god. Campgrounds, 1 mile. So, still got another whole mile to go. I think that means I'm about 2/3 of the way there. Hopefully that's most of the uphill climbing I have to do though. Here's a cool thing. It was just along the track here. A big rocky formation of some sort. Oh, I bet there's a great view from the top of that thing. I just also wanted to show these private property signs, which just goes to highlight how I don't really know how any of this works. I'm a little worried about camping, you know, just anywhere. I don't know what's okay and what's not. It does look like people have camped here before. The campfire and the things, you know, sitting around like somebody sat here and like had a proper camp. But I don't know, maybe it was like the owner of this property or something. Alright, let's see it. Whew. There it is. I'm looking once more at the rocks because we are now in another geologically interesting area. See how this one's just like a straight up strip, like somebody painted it across. And the rest of it's just like granite, aggregate kind of stuff. It looks like concrete almost. It's made up of all these tiny little rocks. And then there's this one here. It's got a black line going through it. Kind of the opposite of the other one. And I've seen a few of them around that have like shinies on them. Like, you can kind of see it here. Kind of from some angles. And some of them I've even seen have some like silvery, like, I don't know what it might be, but maybe lead or something on top of it. I feel like I've seen those before, especially in kind of the Antelope Valley, California. I remember specifically seeing some really like metallic looking rocks just lying on the ground. That's something I always look out for now. Fires, camping, parking, designated sites only. Sure. Use in the area prohibited, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. What do you think that means? Use of anything? Can I use my tent to sleep in? I don't know. It's a little linguistically vague. I assume they mean drugs. Drugs and alcohol, probably, but still very strange. I'm not 100% confident on that. I don't know. Well, this is very pretty. There are bears out here. There was a sign just a second ago that said something about like all food must be in appropriate storage or something like that. It was kind of worded in a way that made it seem like there was something I needed to do that I might not be doing, but I don't know. I'm just going to eat my food away from the camp so that I don't get crumbs all around. And I'm going to leave any trash that may have food in it in a bag up in a tree, not too close to the campsite. Here we are. There is somebody here. See how much space there is available here. Okay, I found a campsite that doesn't seem to have anybody at it, so I think just by me being here, I've claimed it, right? Hopefully. If not, then I can just keep moving down the path here. There's different campsites, but I would rather know exactly where I'm going to be sleeping right away, so I don't have to waste time. I hope you could hear the beating of their wings there. It's like a super loud buzz. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if any of that is even showing up on camera, to be honest with you. They're moving so fast, I probably just can't really get in on them like that. I can try. Wow. Alright, so basically I camped out there the whole day, did absolutely jack shit, which was kind of nice for a change. A little bit of decompression, never hurt anybody. And then I decided that I would like to go back to Netherlands, go down to Boulder, and as long as I leave early enough, which I should, because it's 10 right now and I'm heading over there, if I can get to Boulder early enough, then I'll have time to navigate all the buses and stuff to get somewhere nice to spend the night, or a couple days even. I'm looking at a truck stop. It's over on the east side of Denver, but it should have showers, which would be excellent right now. And there's a Walmart nearby and stuff like that. So then I can go over there, get resupplied, take the buses up to Idaho Springs, and continue that way. So yeah, Nederland. I don't know. I feel like I didn't really give Nederland a fair shake. Totally. I think it would be better if I was in a car because I could drive up and down from the campsite. But it's pretty cool. I mean, I liked all the pizza shop that I went into, and you know, there's a good music store. I didn't really need anything from there, but I looked around a little bit. There was like a camping store that didn't have a whole lot of actual like tents and stuff. It's mostly just gear, but it looked like decent gear. So, or like, you know, jackets and boots and stuff. So there's a crystal shop I never really went into. There's like a bunch of other crap, like more expensive type, like bistro restaurants and stuff. When I went to the library the other day, I just felt like really like unwelcome. I think just because it's a small town, it's a small library, everybody knows everybody, and I am not one of those people, and so I felt very out of place. But you know what, that's just the life I live, so I'm not that worried about it. I think Nederland is a really cool place, and if I'm ever in the area again, I probably will come by, but it's not like the main destination for me. I think I'm ready to keep moving. So this little plaque here talks about how in 1971 William Guercio, I don't know how to pronounce that name, set up a recording studio out here, and Elton John, Joe Walsh, John Lennon, Tom Petty, Waylon Jennings, a bunch of people have been there. This area is very, very musical. I mean, you know, from the moment I got here, it seemed like there's been live music down in some of the bars over here. There's like a place, I think it was called the Caribou Hall or something like that. I think it's related to the Caribou Ranch, up this way somewhere, that apparently hosts a lot of live music and is owned by some sort of famous country musician, whose name I did not recognize, but that's not surprising. I'm not that well versed. And then there's the Hootenanny up there, and just everybody seems to be into the music up here, which is pretty cool. It's a beautiful area, great for playing music, nice backdrop for creativity, I think. Alright, that's where I'm going to leave it for that one. Yeah, so that was Black Hawk and Nederland. Next up, I am going up I-70 to Idaho Springs. So yeah, that's going to be the next video. Look forward to that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and read donations. First of all, I've got $10 from Michael. He said, very cool tourist video. Thanks, Ross. Thank you, Michael. Alright, and then I have $25 from Justin, with no comment. Thank you very much, Justin. I've got $10 from Gary S. He said, part 2 is even better. Love the mountains. Awesome. Thank you, Gary. I have Ken with $20. He said, keep the faith, play your uke. That's some good advice. It has been a little difficult. You know, I had that video in Oklahoma where, you know, I was really convinced for a little bit, and then Wichita, just things got muddy, and I stopped I stopped thinking so much in terms of faith and God and stuff. But I haven't, I've seen too much at this point to be an atheist, I think. I think there has to be something out there. I'm just not sure exactly what it is or how I'm going to interact with it, but I will keep the faith. Thank you very much. And then I have $6 from Andrew. Thank you very much, Andrew. I'm not sure, like, over the course of all the donations you've given me, Andrew, I don't know how much it would be, but just like this steady trickle of $6, I super appreciate it. It all adds up, for sure. So thank you very much. That's going to be it for the donations. Hopefully I'll get the next video up soon. I'm already falling behind a little bit, so hopefully this video goes up on Tuesday, but it might be Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.